something. Well, first of all, I started school in Imperial, and there was no kindergarten. When you turned 6 years old, you went into grade 1.
Okay.
And of course, where I lived, there was like 4 different schools. I'll show you a picture sometime. One was a high school, and there was no junior high. Like high school was 9 to 12. We didn't have grade 13 there. And we had in the classroom, like one school would have grades 1 to 4. And the next one was like 5 to 7, and then...
So you were together in one class from kids to 1 to
Yes,
4?
yes.
Oh, did you hear that, Jonathan?
What?
In the same classroom from 1 to 4 grade, they were all together.
What? So
But
were you
we-
in grade 4 and what grade
Yes.
were you in?
Grade
sat
1 to 4 combined.
Yeah, but we sat in our rows, you know.
Yes.
And the teacher would come and give us lessons for grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, and we would do the lessons.
Interesting. Okay.
What happened?
So that she was together with older kids or younger kids in the same class.
Yeah.
Interesting. How did your family make a living? What was the job? What was your father's job?
My father came here to this country when he was 14. Of course, he had to learn the language and, whatever. But by 16, he was a very bright boy. By 16, he was an accountant, like a bookkeeper. And he was very smart at it, and he worked for a man in another town called Admiral.
Oh, I'm bored.
And the man was very reluctant to let him go. But my grandfather, was in Winnipeg with the rest of a large family. My father was by far the youngest in the family. And he set him up in business in Imperial. That was the town that there was usually one Jewish family to a town. I don't know why, and he had like a big general store.
So after the bookkeeper, he had a general store.
Pardon?
So after the bookkeeper, he got a general store, or your grandfather had a general store, or your father?
No, my father.
Your
he put
father.
my father in business because he thought he was very smart. And he had given him quite a considerable amount of money in those days. I think it was like $3,000, which was a lot of money. But he figured it was worth it. So my father felt indebted to really take care of the whole family, in a sense, even though he lived many miles away.